Hey guys, my name is Katrina. Um, what I want to talk to you about is the issue of bullying, and what I want to focus on is the internet and how when it leads to suicide or tries to, there's no excuse and there's no reason that it should be treated as something that's okay. I'm a very forgiving person, I guess you could say. I really am. I believe that all people are basically good, but there's a lot of reasons for me to doubt that. And for the longest time, I doubted that constantly. You see, we live in a society where people go online and seek people out, tell them to kill themselves, that they're ugly, that they're, and they do this in real life too. They do this to people's faces, but the people who do it online are even worse scum. Although anyone who seeks to hurt another person doesn't feel guilt, I don't even understand how they think it's justifiable. See, free speech has limitations. They're in present danger, you know? You can't shout fire in a crowded movie theater. People will freak out. People will be scared for their lives. And it could cause danger. It could cause terrible, terrible complications. And the same thing goes for beating someone down, attacking them emotionally, verbally. Yeah, that creates danger. They could kill themselves. There are scars on my body that will never be healed, for example. But in the U.S., there are laws against encouraging suicide, and if the person ends up doing it, guess what? You could be charged with felony manslaughter, actually. But not everyone agrees that these laws are okay, which really bothers me because let me tell you, when you are treated as if you aren't worth something, you believe you're not worth something. Your whole life starts to revolve around how worthless you are. And some people are already hurting. These seem to be people who get a lot of crap from other people. People seem to seek out the people who are weird and messed up. And they cause more problems with them. And that's just not okay because some people are suffering and you know what? You help them. You do not put them down. Never look down on another person unless you're helping them up, you know? I love that quote. I know it sounds really, I don't know. Not everyone agrees that there should be laws and against encouraging suicide, which is really crazy because if I kill someone, if I go in public and stab someone, that's a crime. That is by no argument not a crime. Is it crazy? Then you believe it's not a crime. I don't know. But if I tell someone to kill themselves, if I tell someone they're worthless, until they believe it, until it becomes their whole life, and they kill themselves, and they're dead, just as dead as the person who, as any person who's been stabbed or murdered in any way, just as dead as anyone else. There's no one else. How is that not a crime? How is it not a crime to torment someone, to make their life feel hopeless, to make them be in so much pain without hope of ever being okay again? How is that not a crime? And yet there are some pretty there's some pretty big debates going on about this. Such as someone says that if we make it a felony to encourage suicide, it might inherently encourage people to commit suicide because hey, the people who encourage them to do it could get arrested. Well, let me tell you something. That theory might work if you believe that suicide is some selfish thing that people do to get back at people. But I believe that that's a load of crap in almost any case, really. Because people will commit suicide because they don't see any other choice. Because when you go through every day of your life that miserable that you would be suicidal, you don't see going You don't see it as something that's going to get better. You don't see it as something that's going to change. You see this as a trap. You see this as endless and it's eternal, and you don't see it as getting better when someone pushes you over the edge and tells you to do it. It's not okay. And that's not something you do. I'm going to commit suicide because someone told me to do it so that I can get there and I'm in trouble. No one thinks like that. Everyone knows that most people get off on those kinds of cases. Most people don't get arrested. But you know what? We need this to discourage it. We need this so that people realize it's serious. People don't do this to for revenge. They do it because they are devoid of hope. And it's not arguable. It's not okay. Sure, the U.S. we have rights to free speech, but as I mentioned, clear and present danger limits that because there's some things that are more important than being able to speak on every whim, and that is life. One of those inalienable rights, life, liberty, you know, those things that were before the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Freedom. Things that our nation is inherently founded upon that you shouldn't be able to take away. No matter what you believe, how can you believe? No matter what else you believe, how can your list of beliefs include it's okay to white people die? Are you pro-murder? If you're pro encouraging suicide, are you really? No, because it's not direct, but it sure is just as serious as murder. And yes, it's a felony to encourage suicide in the U.S. You can get serious fines, really serious fines, and if the person actually commits suicide, you can be charged with manslaughter. And I think that's really good. That's a step forward. And people need to know that this is serious, not just because of being in trouble, but because it's wrong. But since some people don't seem to understand right and wrong, this is the next best thing. That's all I got to say. Cheers and goodbye.